Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for November the 5th, 2024. It is election day, so people, if you can vote in the states, go vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. That's up to you, and it's such a divisive thing right now that I will just stay out of that topic. I think my brother's comment was pretty good, which is not necessarily voting for their character, you're voting for your character. I think, wow, that's interesting. I don't remember who it was yesterday who mentioned that, can we just vote for getting people out of there and starting all over from scratch type thing? Kind of into that one at the moment. Let me jump into chat here and see if anyone's awake. Nope, it's just me. It's just me this morning. Good morning, Chris. We can say who not to vote for. I have certain opinions on that. But like I said, that gets super divisive right now. Super, super, super divisive, and I'm just not going there. But you're more than welcome to say who you would and would not vote for. I'm going to put the dog on the ground here. Oh. And obviously I've been knocking out some of my endeavors this morning. So let me go jump on a tune who has other endeavors. 1 second, please. Let's see what we got left here. I went through and tried to take out the stuff that I'm not going to do. No, not that one. That one. And good morning, Chris. How are you doing today? Oh, it's a Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hello, answer in person.
Wow.
Hi.
Hey,
I am glad, but I just got off the phone, so I'm free for...
Well, that's cool. Oh god, I have Lucari TFO. Ugh.
Ew.
Why? Why me?
Ooh, well, that's unfortunate.
Is there anything good in Lucari TFO?
Lucari TFO...
Oh, it's Zincathi Front. Yeah, we can do Zincathi Front. Whew. Thank goodness. Gives me something spacey to do this morning. I didn't have a ton of ground, except I have one here, Heal Health on the ground, and none of my tunes have a medical generator. And it's like, nah, I don't really want to do that without a medical generator. It's a pain in the butt on a good day.
No, that's not good.
Yep. Let's see, and I'd have to go buy that one. I suppose I could buy that, but... Or I could just skip it.
Oh, Fluffer finally ate his breakfast. Hi, Fluffer.
My puppers got me up at 4:15, and they're like, it's breakfast time! No, it's not. It's 4:15. It's breakfast time. Fine. I did not sleep well last night. I sleep on an air mattress, and I have for years. And since I'm painting... Why?
Why air mattress?
So... almost 5 years ago, I decided to move to Indianapolis preparatory to my husband coming down here and us moving here permanently, at which point the bed would come down here. A mattress can cost $1,000. Okay. So I'm like, the heck with that, I'll just buy an air mattress. I mean, how long will I be living down here until we get a house down here? The answer is 5 years. Forward. Yes.
That's the worst.
Yeah, so it's on my list of things to get maybe this Christmas. But I want to get a bed so I have a proper place for it. And I haven't had any big issues with them deflating. But last night I must have scooched it against the wall and I'd opened up the valve. And so during the course of the night it was just slowly deflating.
Venting, oh no.
Yeah, and eventually I woke up at, midnight. And it was like being stuck in this big puddle of half-filled air mattress and blankets and dogs and so.
Oh goodness.
Unfortunately, it wasn't punctured, so I just found out where the valve was open. Yeah. Closed the valve, turned it back on because it's got the built-in motor, and
that's good.
Got myself back to bed. Otherwise, I would have been on the couch, which is not as much fun. I will tell you that.
You don't have a comfy couch.
Well, comfy couch was is somebody else's, and when they went to prison, I just took all their furniture and kept what I could store
Oh.
I don't particularly like the couch, but you know what? Until I go find a nice comfy couch, it suffices. And then I will go find a nice comfy couch and a bed. Bed
I have a
first.
comfy couch from IKEA.
Are those really comfy?
Depends on which one, but I got the one that's kind of like a lounger. It
Mhm.
has it extends to like a double bed, so it can be
Oh, I've seen that.
transformed into a double bed, and it has a lot of storage space because it's 3 massive drawers.
Really?
And you can choose whatever mattress you like because they're like additional thing you can buy whichever you like as long as it's a measurement. So it can be really comfy and just a matter of which mattress you're gonna buy for it.
I mean, I love IKEA couches.
They do have this. It does have those normal. Like, it doesn't have couchy sides like arms and the back is
Mhm.
like
Oh, I
on
see
the
it.
same level.
Yeah, I can see it right
Um,
here.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I do love them. I think they're most.
Well, my Danish sucks,
most
but I'm going to say
optimal.
it's Friheden. And that's probably my strongest German accent. But yeah, they've got, it's a sleeper sofa with storage. No, hold, that's the other
Yeah.
one. It's a sleeper sectional with storage. So there's
I
like
think
a...
it was called Hamneys. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Hemnes? Okay, that's, I have
And
that for
the
some of
name's
my...
gonna be there as well.
I don't see that one in... Oh, maybe down there. Ooh. Ooh, and they've got some really nice ones there, too. Oh, I may have to go do some shopping.
By the way, if you were changing the coloring of the hull of, let's say, an Avenger class, what would you choose?
Oh, you are so talking to the wrong person about that kind of thing. Tend to
Oh.
just sit there and doom scroll through all the options, going ooh, 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 ooh.
That's what I've been doing, and it doesn't actually give me an answer. So you could go dark tints, and it's going to be a dark blue, dark sea blue. I
But-
don't know.
Good morning,
dark
Rachel. If I
purple
didn't
blue.
say that already. Good morning, Rachel.
I'm gonna take my Shanghai for a spin, but I just don't know. Because defaultly is slightly purplish blue.
My favorite one was
Yeah.
the Rizian luxury yacht, the first one that came out way back when, and I had that thing like a wild parrot in yellows and blues and pinks, and I loved that ship.
Oh, wait. That actually works. Hmm. Might have accidentally found a combination. Because red would be too much.
We're going to do Zinkethy front to kick off the day. I've got a little of something on all of my tunes.
Right, I saved the new coloring.
Let me know when you're ready and I'll cue us. It may take a moment to kick in.
Sure.
Okay. We are cued.
I'm ready anyway, so
Okay.
it's good.
We're cued. We are cued.
I've actually flown this ship for a while, and I kind of wanna.
I think this one's, this is the Typhoon that we were building a while back.
Oh, there's the Carnarvon. Yep.
Yeah. Is this what we wound up with? No, that's, let me switch that back out. Oh goody, it didn't save that build. Sweet. Always good.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
This is a phaser build. I switched it yesterday because I was doing Polaron damage. That would explain why I
still
don't
can't
have so
forgive
much.
them the mistake of actually bringing the Zhenghei, the inquiry, to the Avenger family, because it's half the size of the ship it's supposed to be.
Well, I'm
I'll never
sure
forgive
they
them.
had a reason.
I
don't know.
Hopefully, because like the Excelsior 2 is almost the same size as a normal Excelsior, and they didn't make it interchangeable because they said that the saucer is too elongated, but they did an elongated version of the their own version of Excelsior before Picard came in, and it is smaller, but it doesn't look exaggeratedly too big, so it would still stand.
Well, having a reason isn't necessarily having a good reason.
Yeah, they probably had a reason that they didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I'm sitting next to the this tier 5 skin of the Sovereign. You know, the fancy one,
Yeah.
white one,
Yeah.
Kraken, I think. And I'm like slightly, like, inquiries only slightly longer than the saucer of it, and it's like, yeah, the nacelles go the other half, and it's like they're supposed to be saying size ships. It comes down from the statistics of inquiry that were published for Picard season 1. So, like, excuse me, someone is too small. I'm really bothered by the sizes that are incorrect. Oh, great. I have Senketi ships in Battlezone. Why? What did I do? And I have Voth ground, and I have Voth ships.
I had Voth ground this morning, which I knocked out just to get it done. Voth ships? We can go do Voth ships if you want.
Good.
Well, we're
Fine,
waiting.
we can do just the Nasorden or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go do Nasorden.
I'm not doing the Voth ground. Oh, no.
We don't have to.
Shield healing space, that's better. Yup.
Okay, I'm launching for Nasorden. And I think Zenkethi Front will stay queued while we're doing that.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
This is Cooperative Cube 1138. We are here to help.
Yep, are still queued for the other one. There you are. Let's go shoot things. How many do you need to do?
Voth ships only 5, so you don't have to limit yourself.
Okay, well, because we can share all the kills, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we got them just in case the TFO does pop.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely have enough. Funnily enough, friendly kills are not counting at all.
Are you sure it's not Voth in the
No.
battle zone?
Nope, it's Voth, and I've just my kills counted, and I've just completed it, but yours didn't. So the friendly ones didn't count at all.
That's really weird.
I know it's supposed to, but whatever. I just don't understand.
Sometimes-
I don't understand this thing sometimes.
What I find happens sometimes is, like, the first few friendlies don't count, and then as the event progresses, all of a sudden it's like you get slammed with all of the shared kills a few moments later.
Maybe it still doesn't make much sense, but
It's like the algorithm or the computer's going, oh, they're sharing data. Let me go back and look at that. Oh yeah, here you go. Because I'll be doing swarm, and I've gotten 1 or 2, and then nothing, and
Good.
I know things are dying, and then all of a sudden you've got all 30.
that sounds about correct. So the voting, I'm just gonna ask one thing, and I'm not gonna talk about it. The voting stops today, like.
Yes, depending
Right.
on where you're at, there's early
Yeah.
voting, which is between 30 and 60 days ahead. But today, when each poll ends, which is usually 6 o'clock local time, that's it. If you
I
voted by
still don't
mail,
understand the American voting system. It makes no sense to me.
because there's more than one voting system here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Why there is more than one? It should be popular vote. Period. Like, why is there some sort of additional thing that can completely change the results? Like, excuse me, that's cheating. That's just like what? What the hell?
At the time that it was created, there was a somewhat valid reason.
Yeah, but times have changed.
Exactly, yeah.
completely.
Times have changed. Heck, we could go to an all-electronic one and we'd have everything done pretty much by midnight. Because votes
Yeah, I'm
would
not
be
sure if I
counted.
trust electronic stuff.
Well, a lot of places have electronic voting. There's no manual counting
Really?
for some places. Yeah. You go into the machine and you basically hit all the buttons you want. But people argue, well, that could be rigged. Of course it could be rigged.
Yeah, that can be rigged,
But
hacked.
so can
results
manual
be hacked,
voting.
manipulated. Yeah, but it's I guess there can be more safeguards for like if it was a combination of stuff, perhaps.
We have
But
yet
I
to
don't
find
know.
a great way to do it. And
I mean,
honest-
Europe isn't perfect, but I think popular vote still wins
Yep.
in terms of clarity of results rather than just mudding the stuff. Like,
Well, what's
'cause
interesting
I'm
about
pretty sure that people like a certain Donald Trump don't really understand the system themselves, and they just like they will scream rig because
Subtle. Subtle, Chris.
because it's like because they don't fully understand how it's going. Like, and considering he doesn't even have basic understanding of epidemiology, I don't know.
no.
I don't think I'm stretching too far with that
You're not.
assumption.
I won't go into it till after the election.
No, I know,
But,
I get it, but
Or I'll talk to you about it offline because there's a few things
I'm
that
European.
make me
I'm
chuckle.
allowed to have opinions.
I'm allowed to have opinions too.
I don't. I'm not right. Yeah, but
I just don't want to get into a fight with anyone because people are so
yeah.
angry about stuff.
I mean, I'm. The most surprising thing is that we have
Tracking
a friend in our Tumeri community. Most of them are like LGBTQ.
Yeah.
And he recently came out as being very supportive of Trump, and I'm like, how does that compute for you? Like,
Yeah, no. What?
what?
That does not compute.
And you just like, whenever you throw a Kant argument, it's like using the same arguments like they do. Like, oh, you've been watching too much of the wrong TV, and I'm like, darling, I don't watch any TV. What are you talking about? Why are you presuming? Like, what?
Pi says, this is not a political stream. MP3. Yeah, pretty much. We're not going to talk politics,
No, sorry.
right until until we do.
I'm shutting up. No, it's just like it doesn't compute for me. But again, yeah, it's just interesting to see.
So getting back to a not political but political, which is the idea of the electoral college. The thing is, you're right. It doesn't represent the popular vote because if the person who is the electoral college representative says, well, I don't think that's a good candidate. I don't care that all the people in the state voted for him or her. I'm going to vote my conscience. No, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Your conscience is like your personal conscience. That's conscience of one person that should not overweight conscience of like I don't know. Oh, like we've done it.
Yeah, we just
got a wee-woo.
just got a wee woo. So I just beamed out as the wee woo popped up, so I will be there in a second, and I'm accepting the wee woo. Perfect timing. Yeah, I know they keep arguing, oh, we need to get rid of it, and then others are going, this is why we're not going to. We have done amendments to the Constitution, so it could be done.
Yeah, there've been so many amendments. Why this one is like, oh no, it's written in stone. We're not changing that.
But it's not. So within states, every state has their own constitution or some form of document that works like a constitution, and most states revamp them every 20 years to 50 years, certainly amending them in between, but updating it because things change.
Yeah, we had our constitution written in 1997. I mean, we did have a
yours is a
one,
little
but
different.
It was a little bit differently written as well, but in general, and we already determined that it probably needs some sort of rewriting. The problem is that the way to rewrite it, amend it, requires massive majority in the major parliamentary body, and that's just like super difficult to actually get majority on that topic. So we know we have to, but no one's going to do it. But on the bright side, and good news is that Moldova yesterday had presidential elections, and the pro-Putin idiot didn't win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
The pro-European, pro-democratic person won, and everyone's happy in Europe.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And we would have thought Moldova, right?
Yeah, really.
But they did it. Somehow they just managed to overcome the devil. I mean, the evil. Oh, I forgot how this ship flies so well. I still haven't watched anything of the new Lower Deck, so I'm still avoiding spoilers outside.
I won't give you any spoilers. It's...
But I'm so curious, but how many episodes have been out? Like
just 3.
4?
Just 3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
There were 2 released on the first Wednesday and 1 released last Wednesday.
Okay, so
the one that was released last Wednesday was better than the first 2. I mean, they're not bad. but they're just not as ridiculous as some of the earlier ones, which just, well, I want to say they just got it.
For the final season, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they're just running the B
letting
material for the first 3 weeks, and starting Wednesday it'll be like, here's the good stuff.
Perhaps it's just like setting your expectation of these, and then suddenly, bam, explosion, atomic bomb falls down, and
that's
it's
exactly where I'm
something
going.
really spicy. Who knows? I mean, they've done that before.
Oh yeah.
More or less, so it's looking conceivable. Excuse me, Mr. Battleship, why are you losing power on your shields? Excuse me! Let it explode.
So there's a new Disney series called Agatha All Along, which...
I heard about it, I didn't know what it's about, but everyone talks about it.
Yeah. And people have said it's not very good, and then what's really weird is, like, I think it was episode 7, everyone's like, oh, okay, this episode's really good. So, I think the biggest comment that was coming out of it is just inconsistent writing, where you get anything from meh to awful, and then you get a fantastic episode jump out of the middle.
Modern shows are really, really tough to actually get good writing throughout the entire series. And I'm like, I think one of the few shows that I probably just swallowed in its entirety without ever complaining about quality of writing was probably The Good Place.
Which I have not seen.
This was done by Mike Schur, and he's actually developing another series with Ted Danson in tandem. Love Ted Danson. I mean, like, he was in The Good Place, and God, this guy is just such a talented actor. Like, the way he just swings and changes and morphs within the same role of the same character in The Good Place. It's like, wow. I totally recommend it. I'm trying to get it on Blu-ray or something, but it's really not really available here.
Does anybody have a bomb?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna try and pick up a bomb here, since I know we got the 4 done. Yeah, well, it's nice we can get the Dreadnought, but if we don't have a bomb, we're not getting the base.
Wait, we already are down to 1 base?
Yeah, we're down to 1 base.
I missed that entirely.
That's okay, I've been protecting the base, and people are just running up there grabbing the bombs.
Well, I've just done 1, and then suddenly it's bam, it's all 3 other...
Well, there's a lot of people here who know how to play this.
It's always good.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, now we can go get the Dreadnought. So I've never seen the good...
long enough to get there.
Oh, yeah, it's still at 99. So tell me, what is The Good Place, since I've never seen it?
I don't want to spoil it, and telling you too much is going to be a terrible, massive spoiler.
Give me a little tiny bit.
Okay, main protagonist, Eleanor Shellstrop, dies and wakes up in the afterlife. And this afterlife is modeled like a neighborhood.
Okay.
And apparently she ends up in the title Good Place. Because, you know, she's been such a good person during her life of saving people from situations that were deadly or something like that. I think she was identified as a lawyer or someone who's been saving people and something like it.
Okay.
Except she didn't do any of that, but she was alive, so she realizes that she probably got there by mistake.
Oh, now that's interesting.
Yeah, and Ted Danson plays someone of a custodian, not an angel. They're on the religious or standard conceptuals of like God or evil or anything like it. It's just a good place. It's managed by someone who's a custodian of the place, and he's built a neighborhood which is supposed to fulfill all of their needs and make them happy forever for all eternity. And yeah, she realizes that she probably doesn't fit in a good place, but she's trying to play along and pretend she does, because otherwise, you know, she'd go to the bad place, and who knows how's that gonna be. But that show, that's just like what happens in the first episode, and I can't tell you anything further than that, because like literally that's the premise of the first episode, and then things are being constantly reshuffled about what you know and what really is happening on the show.
Huh.
mind-blowingly well written. The first few episodes are like kind of like you're not sure if you're gonna get into it, but when you get to the bigger plot twist, it's like, what the hell? How did I not see that coming? And then it just keeps on giving and giving. It has only 4 seasons.
Yeah, that's what it says here. I'm looking at it.
Fully closed. It's been fully written in that way, so it wasn't assumed that they're ever going to continue forever. They have marvelous casting. They even have interesting guest stars like Lisa Kudrow, who is playing Hypatia, I think. Some philosopher from Greece who died. So just generally, the show is so brilliantly written, and at the end, I cried my eyes out at the very finish. It's supposed to be like a sitcom, but it doesn't have the laughter track or something like it. So it's just like it's very well written because it has a second message. And that second message is everything. It's such an unusual TV series because it's like it's focusing on aspects of humanity, what makes us human, what makes the point of life, and stuff like that. But they have philosophy in that, but it's written so well that it doesn't bore you to death. It's actually it's serving it in such a way that I'm still stumped that it's not more widely known and so widely watched because.
I'm going to assume then it was a television show and not a cable show or an internet show.
I think it was Peacock or.
Okay, yeah, that would be NBC here, and
Yeah,
then
I think
Peacock is their streaming channel.
Netflix did that here in Europe, so they had the distribution rights for it. So I think it was Peacock's TV series.
Okay.
But I think it was a streaming series, but I'm not entirely sure how it was in the States, honestly. But yeah, the followage here, and among the friends I know, we were like dying to get all the seasons and like get through them and just discuss about stuff that happens. So well written and so well acted. Like the cast was superb. They even got a person who was actually not an actress. I don't know if you've ever heard of what's her name?
I have no idea.
Jamil.
I've heard the name. I don't know who she is.
She used to be a radio presenter, and then suddenly she got onto the Good Place.
Huh.
And that was such a brilliant shot. That was such a brilliant casting choice. Because she plays one of the other residents of the neighborhood, who's Tahani Al-Jamil, who was obviously the most brilliant person on Earth, and Eleanor is having complex next to her because she's so unworthy, and Tahani's so worthy to be there, but she also annoys her a little bit. So it's
that never happens in real life.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. But yeah, like it's so written well that you just buy all of these characters, and you get the reason why they're all there, and all that unfolds onwards with everyone. It's just like God. I mean, they did win some awards, I think, and it was well received. Even the finale was like, I think it's probably the best ended series. It had the best written ending to a TV series I've ever seen in quite a while, anyway. Because it was actually they wrapped up all of their stories in such a way that I wouldn't add anything into it. I thought it was absolutely perfect, and that doesn't always happen in TV series. Like this final season, it suddenly feels like it's botched. Like they run out of ideas and just didn't know how to wrap it up, so they just imagined something very cliche. But
And then they all woke up.
Yeah, something like they all woke up and it never happened, and they, like and they didn't do it. They didn't waste it. They progressed, and all of their endings for every character arc was so beautifully written. It was laughable. It was funny, not laughable as it was. You laughed with them, but you also cried because it was so beautiful. Oh, God, I never thought a sitcom could be so emotionally varied. It makes you laugh, but it makes you think, but also makes you a little bit touched and emotional. Like it doesn't happen often. It was one of a kind thing. I'm wondering about this new show that Mike Schur is doing with Ted Danson. This time it's actually focused around Ted's character.
Okay.
It's gonna be like, I've seen a teaser. I don't know if it's out yet. I don't think so.
Do you know what the name is yet?
a guy on the inside, I think? A man on the inside?
Man on
Something
the
like
Inside. It's a Netflix
Yeah.
series.
Oh, yeah, it's a Netflix series, okay. I wasn't sure where it's actually coming
And there
up.
is a trailer out there. Oh, just from like last week.
Yeah, I've seen it last week and I was like, ooh, Mike Schur and Ted Danson are doing something again together. I'm like, ooh, I'm excited. So I'm definitely going to give them a watch because, again, if it's Mike Schur and he was fully authored, written as the author of The Good Place, I'm like, this might be good. If they don't waste it, it might be good. Again, it's a Netflix series, so it might be dead after a season, even if it's well received, so who knows.
A widower, eager to shake up his routine, answers an ad from a private detective to solve a mysterious threat. Posing as a new resident, he goes deep undercover at a senior living community, building heartwarming new friendships and strong bonds with his daughter along the way.
Yeah.
And it's based on a documentary, it says. I'm going to assume loosely based on a documentary.
Yeah, probably served as an inspiration, maybe.
Right. Yeah. That sounds interesting. If it's on
Yeah.
Netflix, I actually can watch it. For whatever reason, that keeps popping up. I have to do some phaser damage in space. That's all. Just phaser damage in space.
I have been Cathy ships in the battle, so I know we can do the defensive Starbase 1 TFO, which is a meta thingy.
Absolutely. Have I
Universal.
done that? Yeah, but it doesn't
I
matter.
haven't done it yet, so...
Okay, fine. Let us go ahead and queue up for Defensive Starbase 1,
Yeah, well,
which I'm sure will pop relatively quickly. We
there you go. There we go.
Here we go.
We were protocol detected. Oh, I have a weather warning.
Oh, do you?
For thick, blindingly thick fog.
Oh. I have no weather warnings, and the rain stopped last night, so let the dogs out this morning, left the doors open, went out to go have my coffee outside, even though it's dark, but it's still warm enough I can do that. And it was raining. I'm like,
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna happen, like... It's lying that there's a chance for rain, but it's sunny outside, so I'm like, okay, I think that fog might be a little bit of an overstatement. You never know.
Well, it'll be damp then.
Probably.
I'd complain about the rain, but we need it so badly, and I kind of like rainy days. It's just I can't paint the inside of my bedroom when it's raining because I leave the doors open to deal with the smell.
No. Well, my biggest concern is that it's gonna get freakishly cold, and when it gets...
Oh, it's going to. You know that. It just might not
it
do it
already
today.
has.
There you
It
go.
already has. Because during the night time it's freezing.
We've had this
We had
week nice
cars
weather.
covered in the frost this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I went out with my fluffer, so I was like, okay, I don't like it.
Well,
I already pulled out my...
This is my second year where I've had a garage phaser damage is done, and
Nice.
so far my garage has got so much stuff in it that the car isn't going to get in there again.
No.
So we have to work on that.
Did someone bring the Batwing ship here?
Yeah. Looks like it's Steven brought the Batwing ship here.
I like that ship. It's a massive thing, but I do
Clearly.
like it. Yeah, those support ships that came. There was I think it was a bundle for all of the factions, but I just bought out the Romulan and the Jem'Hadar one. Cause like they will have fancy stuff like the Jem'Hadar one has the Vanguard ships. That aside from the pets are also supporting you and fighting for you and stuff like that. So that's 2 more pets for you. The Federation ship doesn't get that. And the Romulan ship, the right doing not the one that I was recommending hull material for Tazzy yesterday. Radnoidar, I don't know how to pronounce it.
The Ronadair?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how
one.
you pronounce it, but that's how it's spelled.
That's the one. That one comes with a battle cloak, so that's also useful. So I just chose them specifically for the usefulness of specific functions. The Federation one's probably the weakest link out of them all because it doesn't get a cloak at all, and it doesn't get a Vanguard ships. Like, a weakling.
Speaking of ships, I've been working on the revisioning the Vulcan scout ship, the jellyfish one, and we started working on that on Sunday. So I did 2 of the things I could remember because I didn't make notes. And I leveled up the Hesperian ship to get the dragon breath thingy. And what else did I do? Oh, I went and reran the Leap of Faith episode so I could get the Fakiri Torment engine. But I can't remember what else we discussed, so now I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sure there's more stuff I should be working on.
I missed it. With the time change, I completely just got...
Oh, no worries. So it's a Viridian Plasma Cannon Scatter Volley build.
Ooh, Viridian Plasma. Not only does good damage, but looks good.
Yep. Well, that's why I have the Zatvash. Looks good. On a
Yeah, the
different team.
Shadbash and the Viridian probably are the best visuals from the recent additions, anyway.
Yeah, I keep finding boxes of stuff, so... Plus I have so many weapons. I'm just thinking I've got to share them with my other tune, so everybody gets some weapons, and they're not just sitting on my primary one, filling up space in the inventory.
Yeah. And space in the inventory is so precious in this game.
Well, some of us have like 200 slots. But all my 200 slots are filled with junk. I'm definitely a hoarder when it comes to the game.
Yeah, me too. My bank is like... It's cracking. It's barely able to contain what it already has,
Yeah.
and I have no free space.
Yep, I'm the same way. And I have lots, well not lots, but at least a few packages of inventory slots that I could put in there, and I keep going, but if you do that, you're just going to fill it up with junk. It's like buying a bigger house because you have junk.
And with my well, potential ADHD, I'm an awful hoarder. I just can't get rid of stuff. It's very hard for me to actually get around to do stuff like that, so yeah.
Well, Sunday
That's why I'm happy I have a small apartment. I mean, it's not very small, I had a smaller one, but it was a bit suffocatingly small. This one is just perfectly fine, but if it was bigger, I would probably fill it with crap.
Well, I have everything still in boxes here from when I moved in March, so as soon as it is moved out, I have to start unpacking everything, going through it. A lot of it is junk that needs to be like scanned and filed, and then I can throw away the papers and just have all of it done. Have a nice clean space.
Maybe do it garage sale or something like it.
I did that to move down here.
Huh?
I sold a huge amount of stuff, but a lot of this is just, okay, it's a box of my husband's memorabilia from war, when he was in Vietnam. I don't want it, my son doesn't want it, so we've been trying to find, some place like the Veterans of Foreign War, see if they would like it.
Maybe some sort of collector that likes
Yeah,
stuff
exactly.
like that.
So some isn't junk, some is just junk, and as I open the box and go, oh, this is a book, I can give it to the book club. I don't know if you've got these over there, but people make little, I don't know what you want to call it, like a birdhouse on their front step. And it's got plastic or glass front window, and they put old books in it, used books. And it's kind of like a lending library as you're walking around. You grab a book, you read it, next time you find an extra book, you can throw it in there. And it's that some places have just kids' books, some people just have adult books. I've got one neighbor who just has murder mysteries. But it's a great way to share books.
Oh, like exchange posts, but
Yeah.
you can take for free just if you, as long as you once in a while contribute a book into one in that system, it's fine.
Yep.
I mean,
We used to have them at the train station too, and the local libraries, as they were getting rid of extra books and things like that, would just come in and start putting books there. It was great. You're getting on the train, you didn't want to get the newspaper. Oh, it's a romance novel. I can read that while I'm on the way down. Finish it up on the way back, put it back on the shelf. And so I started putting all of my old leftover books there.
but that does sound like a brilliant idea. I don't think I've ever encountered anything like this here, but again, I live in a big city where the neighborhoods around the mall consisting of apartment blocks,
Mm-hmm.
at least 10 stories high and stuff like that. So it's not like you can put up in front of your apartment because no one's gonna see it. Like outside of
That's
maybe
true.
two neighbors. In front of a building, that will get vandalized
Yep.
easily. Both the box and the books. Libraries do have that sometimes.
Oh.
There is a special shelf where you can just bring a book, take a book, just like you described it.
Well, that's kind of
Just
how the
read it.
libraries here work.
I mean, yeah, but like this one is like not a library stuff, but like stuff that library doesn't account for.
Mm-hmm.
They can just take it, and if you bring a book every once in a while, it's going to be fine.
Yep.
So like that's the same way you described it.
Just
But
strikes
it's
me.
in public libraries. Those aren't very popular. Nah, sadly, Poland is not big into reading. Like there will be people who will be, but those are like individuals, and yeah. Nah.
We have a public library, but I grew up across the street from a public library, and when it's right across the street or when it's in bicycling
Mhm.
range, it's great. So that's how I grew up. And now the public library, first it's closed for renovation, always a problem, and it's
Oh, yeah.
halfway on the way to work. So I just don't do it. So the guy down the street's got the little bird, bird cage, bird box thing in front. I'm walking the dogs. It's like, oh, okay, I'll borrow that book. Let me switch to a different tune here and see what I've got left to finish up today.
Well, I had a dream when I adopted my dog that I'm
Oh.
gonna go to the park and I'm gonna take a book and I'm gonna read it there and he's gonna be running around and
Yeah,
he's gonna
right.
be so happy. I'm gonna be so happy. Yeah,
Yeah, that didn't work,
my
did
dog
it?
laughed at me. Yeah,
Yes.
one time I took a book and I went for that and like 5 minutes later my dog came back and it's like I'm done here. Let's move on. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted. Like. I wanted to sit around and take the moment with the book. It's a very good book. I wanted to
It's
read
not
very
happening.
much. And he's like, yeah, but we can go further. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, see, dog wins. Dog wins.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I've seen people do that. That some dogs will be like that.
Oh, yeah.
Not,
No.
not this one.
Well, I have 2 dogs, so that's never going to happen, but I can listen to things on audio, but it's not quite the same. Last thing I've got here is Herc frigates. How would you feel about a swarm?
Sure, but in this fact, I've swapped ships, and apparently, yet again, I've lost my entire loadout. I mean, it does remember where stuff was, so when I'm putting it
Oh, that's not
back,
too bad.
it actually is going to remember it, but it won't put the equipment back into its place.
Oh, I hate that.
And it's like sitting on another ship. Just take it. Take it like every other loadout does. Nope.
No, nope, 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 nope.
It's not gonna do it.
Nope, doesn't love you.
Okay, well, they can't just manage the system at all.
That's okay. We've got an ad coming in, so take your time.
Oh, okay.
Ad inbound, everybody. Time to go get coffee. You have 3 minutes starting now. Maybe.
Wait,
Okay.
what the hell did I put in here? No.
I have no idea. It said ad was
Really?
coming in 2 seconds. There's no ad running.
Right. Right. Very reliable info
Mhm.
then. I never get ads on your channel, whether I subscribe or not.
It's
I
'cause
just
you're in
never
Europe.
get ads.
You know, like,
When they want money from Europeans?
yeah, but it depends if they're advertising American stuff. No. Rachel
Well,
says they lie like a rug. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There it is. Now we've got our ad running.
I feel blatantly lied to.
Well, if you're in the States, you can always do either Nitro or an ad blocker. Because I make so much money from the ad revenue that it's really going to affect me. It's like $3.
I mean, I do have an ad blocker, but I think Twitch has some sort of protocol in place that it doesn't really.
Yeah.
It doesn't really care. It's gonna if it's gonna display it, it's gonna display it. YouTube has been a bit.
YouTube is getting horrible. If I get like
horrible ever since Google took it off, but now it's really getting unhinged.
it's like 2 minutes of whatever I'm watching, 2 minutes of ad. 2 minutes of watching, 2 minutes of ad.
And the worst thing is that it just, does that in the middle of something you've been watching. You've been watching, and then suddenly, hi, there's like an interruption in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
And the ads then run for so long you don't remember what was said and what was cut into.
So the ads I tend to get the same ads. One is for medication for prostate cancer.
Look,
Guys,
okay.
How can you misread that badly? Because that should be, I know they've got an algorithm, and there's nothing on my algorithm that says I'm a guy. And I can't remember what the other one. Oh, the other one is for some kind of all-body deodorant, and the woman's voice is just so annoying.
Logic not detected yet again.
I know
Yeah, I
she's
don't
the
know
person
what
who
that-
invented the thing, but just because you invented it doesn't make you the best spokesman, please. Please, please,
Wait,
please,
so
please, please.
that's an advertisement from the person who made that thing happen?
Yeah. She's the person who talks about it. And it's just like, oh, would
Yeah, I'm sure
you?
she's very passionate about it, but it puts you to freaking sleep.
Oh, no, she's just annoying, and she's talking about, when you get this smell, I'm like, lady, I do not want to hear about what you smell like. Thank you. It's just,
Ew.
no, I don't want to hear about your body smell.
Right, I'm already, I think.
Let me clear out a little space here.
What is it?
Burn through a lot of
is it?
money.
No, wait, God damn it.
I have to burn through some salvage, too.
That's not supposed to be here. Hello, what is this ability doing here?
And apparently have a box of Prodigy weapons, Digitizer
Yeah, those are
Plasma, Last Generation weapons. I've got a lot of stuff I've never opened up here. Choice of
Last
Elite
Generation?
Marks, 12 of them. Oh, I'm going to have to save that for next time I need toys.
Last generation weapons, what's that about?
I have no idea.
Fair enough.
Let's see, what does it say here? Let's close that out. This box contains a last generation phaser beam, phaser cannon, or ground weapon, and a chance at this lockbox's vanity shield. I have no idea.
That tells me nothing.
Yep, doesn't tell me anything, but I have 14 of them.
Last generation, is that the one that came around with... Oh, I think I know which one that might be.
Musin says, by the way, good morning, Cliff. Cliff says, I always use an ad blocker. You can't use YouTube without it. Holy moly, good morning, Musin.
Last generation lockbox, let me see.
And I did put the Omni on my, is it on this build?
Last Generation, that was
That came with
Picard
the...
Season 3, right?
Yeah, did that miracle work as Spearhead? It's gonna be the radiolithic weapons. Yep, radiolithic weapons. Oh, those are one of my favorite ones. They are broken in terms of firing at will, because they will not fire from the beam weapon emitters, but they're gonna be firing from the 0 point in your ship, so like from the middle of it. So beam fire at will is gonna be broken visually, but those probably just kick the punch quite well.
Musin, we've got the Omni on the rebuild that we're doing. We did that on Sunday. It's what else I have to do on the rebuild before next Sunday that I've completely forgotten. Alright, let me queue us up for Swarm. This may take a few minutes to queue. I assume you're not in game, Musin, or are you in game?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Didn't think so. I didn't see your name pop up there. So I leveled up the Hysperion ship from the summer event. I did Leap of Faith to get the Fakiri Torment engine. I just can't remember what else we were talking about for that build.
Redeeming the Adamant?
Adamant, thank you. I will get that one next.
for the agony redistributor.
Okie dokie. Damn it, I've got that. I will take care of that.
That agony redistributor, that's, you know, a really strong clicky that, when timed right, can massively increase your damage in ISE.
It's that timed right thing. Weeboo?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you kind of want it to go off near the end when you have the gateway and the spheres all grouped up together around you know around a gravity well,
Okay.
and then hit the cube really hard so that everything else nearby gets damaged.
Hey, Chris, regarding what we were talking about earlier with the shared kills, I'm going to see what happens with this one, because I've got the 60. I should get the shared kills, because there's no way I'm going to... Well, I might get 60 on my own, but...
Well, we were in the patrol, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And this one,
But
TFO, so should
and you
work.
only had 5, so we don't know if you got more later.
Yeah, but I saw you shot first, and some of them
But-
exploded, and I didn't get anything until I started shooting.
That's weird.
So it was weird.
There's somebody here with a Gorn miner for the name of their ship, or for the name of the tune, and the name of the ship is Shut Down the Subconsole. Somebody's been playing minor instabilities too often.
God, I hate that TFO so much.
Okay, I'm definitely getting my shared ones here because I just killed the first one and I already had 2 at that point. So we should figure out if Voth are working on that one.
I did not bring the most powerful ship, but it's definitely fun to fly.
As long as it's good enough.
Hey, California class.
Yep.
Never fails. I don't see them very often in the game played by others, but they do sometimes appear as NPC ships.
When it first came out, everybody wanted it.
I still think it's a very
They were
good
going
ship.
for a fortune. And then, of course, that was just the phase of the moment, and then something else came out.
And the phase just faded. The phase phased out.
Cliff, what would you like me to add you to? But yes, I'm happy to add you.
Well done.
Shit, this sub-console.
I mean, it's... Well,
floating in space.
no, I'm just trying to figure out what you want me to add you to, Cliff. Friend, channel, fleet.
Satellite is back online. It will launch tractor mines against the hurt ships.
Oh, to my party. This party? This party is filled up, which I'm sad to say.
And probably this TFO is going to last long enough to actually go until the end of the stream.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, because this one's time gated at a later bit.
And did we get all 4? No, which one did we miss? That one all the way over there. Yeah, this will be our last run for the day, but happy to have you join the party tomorrow, Cliff.
I wish they did more of those historical recreation of battles.
Where did that not go?
TFOs. But like simulations, so your ship doesn't have to be like, you know, looking like in the era because it's a simulation. Who cares?
The last of the refugee ships are ready.
Like, I like Wall 359, but there's so much you can have fun with if your ship will look like all those ships. And there's like 4 or 5 classes of ships that restricted, so your ship looks like one of the 5 ships and never like anything else.
But with those, you still have all your personal toys, right?
You do, and that's fine, but it just looks weird that I'm using weapons that are not lore accurate.
Protect the refugee ships.
Because they were all using phasers, but you know, I'm
Yeah.
flying a Jem'Hadar ship that uses Polaron, and you're shooting Polaron. Like, what's the point of having it look like that if you still have your equipment that doesn't look right?
Let me interrupt for 1 second. Cliff, are we friends in game? And if we're not, give me your handle so that I can make us friends.
So this, right? You have the flame on you.
Yes.
Now imagine a cannon scatter volley build on one of those lanes, just directed at the spawn point where they fly in.
Well, this isn't the cannon scatter volley. This is just a ship I'm leveling to start leveling up some ships and snagging consoles and traits and stuff. This is the Typhoon.
Once your DPS is high enough, you should be able to do it with a torp or a beam build as well. But this one really becomes as easy as parking in the right spot in the lane and just sitting there annihilating everything that comes towards you.
Well, on these lanes, they come in at 2 places. They're going to come
Yeah,
in,
back and forth.
yeah, at the very back.
All the way, yeah, but
Or all
at
the way
back,
front.
it's always less that
Mhm.
spawn there. Most of them spawn in the front.
Yes, they do.
So if you point towards the front and you have enough weapons in the back, you just turn your camera and just shoot them behind you. Usually good enough. And I always park right there, especially with that Tholian engine, because all those crystals are mines as well.
Ah, indeed, Captain. Let me go make a notation here. Okay, Cliff, now I've got to note that you are Cliff on that tune, because I never remember people's names. Tomorrow, if you're here tomorrow, we will do this with you tomorrow, Cliff. We did TFO domination last night. Somebody indulged and spent the GPL to pick the TFO. And of course, what is somebody who hates you going to pick for your TFO?
To escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships.
Come on. What's the TFO somebody else is going to pick for you if they're not involved in it?
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Well, you're correct. They picked gravity kills. I'm going to have to change TFO domination. You can pick it, but you have to be part of it. Nonetheless, we had JB. And were you in that museum last night?
We're speeding up the evacuation.
No, I wasn't here last
Okay.
night.
So we had JB, Graz, me, and my little tiny pee-pee ship.
Down escape route
Can't
Alpha.
remember who else was there. It was not a good day for the Sinkethi. Go figure.
Well, no one's going to mourn them. I mean, sorry, they want to do a genocide because they were afraid of a couple of bugs instead of fighting the bugs, so...
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Methodology doesn't actually justify that they had a good idea at heart if they were doing it the wrong way.
I have my 60 swarmers.
There you go.
Probably had them a long time ago, I just realized it.
Hurt ships spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there. Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships.
I presume, yeah, somebody got that.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Yes, my Dragonfire is still firing. For whatever reason, the way this is set up now, it has the world's shortest cooldown.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it just is almost constantly firing. Fire roasted bugs.
Herc ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
See what I mean? How long is that cooldown? Nothing. But I wasn't paying attention. I actually started going in reverse the other day.
Head to escape
And when
route
it's
Beta.
firing, basically you're
Protect the refugee
facing
ships.
down the flames. It's the weirdest effect. 20 seconds. No, this is firing faster than 2 minutes. It's supposed to be 2 minutes. It's not.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Hut, 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 hut. Alt Lexington is rating us just as we're getting ready to end. Well, good morning, Alt Lexington and all the Lexingtonites. I hope you guys are having a good day or good morning or whatever you're having out there. We're wrapping up a little swarm here.
Alt, you ended early.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say.
Yeah, usually we raid him.
I want to say usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, I actually have to get back in the habit of going over and raiding people when we're done. Sharing the love. But thanks for coming on over. Even though we're wrapping up too, because it's Tuesday. And Tuesday is half price coffee at Lulu's Bakehouse. So I'm going to go get me a coffee before I head into the office.
Or like a friend says, it's Tuesday, isn't it?
At this hour, it's difficult to raid somebody that's playing Star Trek and streaming, though.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not true, because we usually raid Alt Lexington. How dare he? How dare he come over here?
Now who am I gonna watch once this stream is over?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't have any alternatives.
Well, let's see what's out there today. I hate what Streamlabs, or sorry, Twitch has done, because it's really hard now to be able to see.
Oh, well, then hope you get better soon, Alt.
Oh no!
Yeah, take care.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Don't strain yourself, take care.
Yeah, apparently I'm the only one playing Star Trek Online this morning.
Well, now you are.
Well, yeah, now I am.
I can't run the stream, I'm still at work, technically.
Technically, yes. Well, I still need to get to the work myself, because I get to go rewrite a whole macro today. Woohoo!
Sounds like fun.
Well, if I can get the macro to the point where it's just click, click, click for the next poor schmuck who comes along and takes my job and doesn't have to try and manually do this whole thing that I've been doing for 4 years. Each time I do it, I rewrite the macro because it's like, not quite it, not quite it. And it just, if they don't get it, fine, but at least they don't have to do it all by hand. All right, everybody, on behalf of the Dark Mom Consortium and Moopsy in the morning, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go get my coffee, let the doggers out, not in that order. And I will be back, not tonight, but tomorrow morning. No show tonight. feel better. Alt. Get some honey and tea and take care. Go curl up in bed and feel better. And for the rest of you, stay moopsome. Moopsy, Moopsy. Shun the non-believers. Shun.